welcome back to the folk. Oh, my neck!
Not so easy, is it?
No, it's not.
Welcome back to the Folklore Scrolls. I guess we'll be ending the show already because we got an injury.
My vertebrae.
No workers' comp for you. It's volunteer only.
Just put a little energy into my work, swim my head around.
Yeah, when they say put your head on a swivel, they don't literally mean do it like owl-like, right?
What are you talking about? I do that all the time.
Yeah.
That's probably why my neck's broken now.
Well, you know what would make you better if we were talking about this SCP that we found.
Oh, right.
SCP-1995. This one is Object Class Kevin.
Sounds pretty dangerous.
Let's see. Special containment procedures. Due to the nature of SCP-1995, the location where it was discovered has been converted to an armed research site. 1995, located at coordinates blank degrees blank blank north blank degrees blank blank east.
Y'all got that? Write that down.
There you go, yeah, if you want to find it. The entrance of the mine is at approximately 1,000 meters above sea level, while the object itself is around 800 meters above sea level. The location of ARS 1995 is restricted on a need-to-know basis. The object is currently housed in a chamber measuring approximately 10 meters by 10 meters by 15 meters, consisting of a natural granite formation reinforced with a hardened concrete around the majority of the chamber, with a 4 meter by 2 meter airlock on the easternmost side. The airlock leads to a 2.5 meter hallway, which is to be kept at a near vacuum unless personnel and or equipment are being transported to the main chamber. Personnel entering the chamber must be equipped with a level A hazmat equipment in the event of an emergency. Additional level A hazmat equipment is stored in storage area -2 adjacent to the main containment chamber.
See, this is why I only read picture books.
SCP-1995 is monitored by an array of sensors which detect the exact time of an event, energy released during an event, the exact temperature of thousandths of Kelvin? Thousandths of a Kelvin. Okay, it's not an actual Kelvin.
Large
If it was, that would melt like basically everything.
I'd name my kid Kelvin.
The total energy...
Is coffee for Kevin? It's Calvin, actually. Oh.
The total energy released during an event and the exact time of the event are to be recorded and noted in Ledger -1. Deviations in time between events or energy released during the events are to be reported to Level 3 researcher on site immediately. These are defined as greater than 24 milliseconds and greater than 38 joules, respectively. My God. So this is like... probably the longest containment procedure I've seen. Well, you know what? What rivals this is probably the Old Man. It might have been less than this. It might have been equal to. But both of them have a long list of stuff they need to contain it.
So you got a big box, airlock with a vacuum sealed hallway.
This is like maybe 2 or 3 paragraphs used. So they need hazmat. They need hazmat suits. So that's like what? Radiation, right? Level A? Radiation?
Level A. I have no idea. I'm not a scientist.
And the temperature is like extremely high.
Okay, description. SCP-1995 is a tablet that appears to be made of granite.
That's right.
Granite.
Granite.
Measuring approximately 25 centimeters by 15 by 5. The tablet is non-anomalous in appearance, displaying a word in Pashto, which translates to trapped, no, not trapped, cross that out. Feed, no, cross that out. Escape, see addendum -1. So I guess it changed.
Yeah.
The temperature of the tablet is constant at 282.67 Kelvin.
Yeah.
And is not affected by changes in ambient temperature.
So they can't cool it down, I guess.
They can't change it. SCP-1995 nullifies kinetic energy. Due to this effect, the tablet cannot be destroyed, and objects that collide with the item will remain undamaged. The object's secondary effect is that contact with item precipitates a massive drop in surface temperature.
So it's basically an immovable object.
Precipitates a massive drop in temperature.
You ever heard of that thing that's like an unstoppable force meets an immovable object? What would happen? I think that's like the paradox.
Yes. What would happen?
So I think this is like, what would you call a immovable object? Because kinetic energy does nothing to it.
I feel like there's a simple answer. I feel like the unstoppable force would simply go around it.
I don't know. I guess it depends on what the force on the object is.
One wouldn't stop, one wouldn't move, so it'd just go around it.
Yeah,
I feel like that's correct.
guess.
With a massive explosion, of course, but it would go around it, nonetheless.
That's what created the Big Bang, maybe.
An unstoppable force and a movable object.
Perhaps.
I wonder what those were.
I don't know. Maybe it was like
maybe
it was like a giant anvil and like hitting
a giant Acme anvil.
I don't know. Like it's like I'm just imagining like this like god like creature with like he's like got a giant anvil and he hits like the universe, which is like I guess the immovable object, and it explodes.
That's a cool visual idea.
Yeah. Anyways, we're way off topic.
It's like, wow, like that's awesome, and then it just shows a little MS Paint drawing of like a stickman hitting an anvil.
Yeah, if I can't, I'm gonna probably won't be able to find anything like that.
I bet you could. That's like probably a Hephaestus picture. I don't know. Is that contact precipitates a massive drop in surface temperature? Semicolon. Exposed human flesh will within seconds develop frostbite consistent with prolonged exposure. Didn't we think it was really
surface...
hot? Okay, so anything that touches it gets really cold. But it's
no,
really
it's
hot.
saying like when human flesh touches it, I believe.
Is contact with the item precipitates massive drop in surface temperature. So when human touches it, they get frostbite.
Okay, so contact with it
if you
lowers the
if
temperature.
Water hit it, it would freeze. I get it. No, look, it drops because heat is energy from atoms vibrating. So because it absorbs kinetic energy, it's simply absorbing energy from the atoms vibrating.
Oh,
That's why things get cold when it touches it.
I see.
Boom! I scienced it out. You're welcome. At the conclusion of each dormant cycle, SCP-1995 enters an active phase, lasting 1.37 seconds, during which time it releases all energy it has absorbed during the preceding dormant cycle. Of note is the fact that the energy is not released uniformly. Rather, it seems to match the pattern of energy input during the dormant cycle, due to the constant kinetic energy applied through the conduction of thermal energy via the air and ground and gravity, and the short length of events. An event will always release a fairly large amount of ionizing radiation.
So even with it just sitting in a room, it absorbs a ton of kinetic energy.
Yeah, applied thermal energy. Applied
so just imagine if it was hit by like an atomic bomb or something like that.
Is that because it's releasing it all at once within like 2 seconds?
I think so.
It's dormant for like a long time. And
yeah,
it lasts all at once.
So it releases it within like a second, like a second and a half.
They should just launch this into space.
Yeah, right.
Seems like the.
But if it came crashing back down, that'd be really bad.
Wait, if it absorbs kinetic energy, I guess it can't be moved. You try to pick it up, and that would put energy on it.
I don't think you could.
SCP-1995 was discovered in southern blank. I'm going to say Africa. Southern blank Africa. Search for gold deposits. Could be Australia as well. Australia has a lot of mining, I think. The mining expedition unearthed the object and was killed by an event before it could contact authorities. Oh, the mining expedition. Okay, the miners died. Okay, got it. However, due to massive release of radiation not absorbed by the granite surrounding the item, it was detected on sensors owned by the blankety blank blank blank. I'm going to say NASA.
Maybe.
It's 3 words, but I'm going to say NASA. Designed to detect nuclear weapon discharge in blank or blank. So, Russia and Spain.
Yeah,
Spain has the most nukes, of course, as you know.
Mm-hmm.
Eliason in the blankety blank blank blank, NASA, contacted the Foundation. The death of the mining expedition was published as caused by a blank raid. I'm going to say...
Toilet paper?
Toilet paper raid, yeah.
That's right.
While the radiation anomaly was described as a software malfunction.
No, don't worry, guys. It was just a blip.
Just a
blip.
Just a little blip. Just a little nuke.
Addendum-1. Following event-L-3, the writing of the object changed from trapped to a word that translates to feed. Active testing with the object has ceased. However, with the request of Dr. Blank, data from the events will still be recorded, including the time of the event and energy released at the event. Addendum-2. Following the analysis of the data gathered from events, Dr. Blank observed a correlation between the time between events and the energy released. Notably, it has been discovered that following event dash
Looks like an alpha.
triangle
Is it an alpha?
dash alpha dash 3, when the energy released during any event exceeds the highest previously recorded amount, the period between future events shrinks by 12 milliseconds per excess joule. Containment procedures have been changed to prevent increase in energy beyond redacted joule per event. Dash 3. Following events with V-5, the writing on the object changed from feed to a word which translates to escape. Furthermore, the linear decreased in dormancy periods per excess joule doubled from 12 to 24 milliseconds. Despite efforts to reduce the amount of kinetic energy 1995 nullifies, there is still sufficient energy being absorbed through the ambient heat in the chamber. Research is now focused on methods to reduce the ambient heat in the chamber drastically. So first, this thing was trapped, because it was trapped in the mine, and the miners got it out. Then it was like feed, so it needed to feed more energy. Now it wants to escape from where it's being held
When
at.
it changed to escape,
The last one,
the linear decrease in dormancy
where it's at right
periods.
now. So now it's apparently absorbing. It's either absorbing more energy or it's releasing it more often.
Yeah, it wakes up more often. Interesting.